So does anyone remember that clip from Switzerland Got Talent where there was the girl who did a chalk drawing but it took too long and the judges got bored and they all X'd her only for the finished product to be a beautiful piece of art, and then they were like, "Oh, this was cool all along, we just had to be patient." Yeah, Better Call Saul did exactly this for me. It took a while for me to adjust to the style of the show, given that it was a prequel spin-off to one of the greatest shows ever made, Breaking Bad. And while I think that's the better show, I can't deny that Vince Gilligan and company caught lightning again. And watching the final season that finally got premiered on Netflix, I can safely say that this is one of my all-time favorite shows. So what's this thing about? Well, it takes place several years before the events of Breaking Bad and shows the rise and fall of struggling lawyer Jimmy McGill and his transformation into the sleazy conman we all know as Saul Goodman. This show is basically the observation of the class clown we all knew in school. You know, like that one kid in 3rd grade that made jokes about the teacher to their face and it's like friends with everyone, only to find out the only reason they put on that persona is to distract themselves from the fact that their home lives are an abusive nightmare and the only thing that gives them any purpose is to see the mental deterioration of the only adult authority figure in their lives that can't punch them. It's like that, but with lawyers and stuff. What I think I liked most about this show is the subtle visual storytelling techniques that they use to show the character's transformation. Breaking Bad did this too, but there's something more subtle about the execution of Better Call Saul. Things that feel so inconsequential and throwaway have serious thematic weight. A great example I think of is at the end of season 4, when Jimmy does some like shady lawyer stuff, and then Kim is like, "Jimmy, this is kind of sketchy and mad." And then he's like, "It's all good, man." Get it? He's like, "It's all good, man." Yeah, you get it. It's such a small thing to notice, but moments like that are riddled throughout the show and make you go like, "Ooh, dude, something's about to go down." All this culminates into one of my favorite final seasons of TV, in season 6, where we finally see the transition of Jimmy into Saul and what happens to him after the events of Breaking Bad. The thing is, we kinda already knew Saul was going to have a tragic end, but the show also builds so many side characters like Kim, Chuck, Lalo, Nacho, and Howard so well that it makes you want to see what the show has to offer. Though I think my favorite has to be Kim. Watching Jimmy's influence on her became so uneasy to watch after a while because you knew something was gonna happen, but it's like you just didn't know what it was gonna be. She's kind of like this show's Skylar White, except she's a lot more lovable and heartbreaking to watch, because you know deep down she's a good person. She just got caught up with the wrong people. Or did she? Did outside influences make her this way? Or was she like this all along? I think this is the ultimate theme of the show. What makes someone do bad things? Are they inherently that way? Or did other people and circumstances make them that way? Each character, including Saul, deals with this theme and it's explored in the most intriguing, mature, and nuanced ways possible. It all goes down though in the best episode of the show, Plan and Execution. This showcased everything the show had been building to perfectly and in my opinion was this series' Ozymandias, which for those who don't know is like the climactic episode of Breaking Bad and it's like the best thing ever made. But back to Saul. All of the scheming, all of the suspense, all of the themes built to one of the most shocking climaxes I've seen.
That's what she said.
Honestly, the ending of this episode left me devastated, but in the best way possible. The series finale wraps everything up pretty much perfectly. It's a calmer and smaller scale ending than Breaking Bad, but the emotional beats hit just as hard. It's a classic tragedy, but it's totally worth watching. Though I would say I would watch Breaking Bad first if you're interested in the show because you'll have a much better appreciation for the side plot surrounding Mike and his indoctrination with Gus. But yeah, the show rocks, and while I personally like Breaking Bad more, I think the argument could be made for this show being superior, and if you like it more, that's a fine opinion to have. So yeah, that's it.